so I can already hear the tension and the frustration from the title. You guys saw the title and you're like, what the heck? Why is the biggest Call of Duty fanboy ever not buying Cold War? And I got a couple reasons, so let me explain. First of all, I feel like I'm qualified to make a criticism video like this because I've been a Call of Duty fanboy for so long. I mean, I've been playing Call of Duty ever since I started gaming. It's like one of my favorite games ever. And I feel like I'm at least qualified to talk on that because, you know, all my friends know this. I'd buy Call of Duty every single year it came out, and I was always so hyped for it. I always got on the hype train, and I was always ready for the next game. But with this year with Cold War, I'm really not excited about this game. I mean, the game's been out for a couple weeks now, and I still don't have it, and I still don't have any plan to buy the game. So let me just kind of say, my feelings with this kind of stem from Modern Warfare, but the feelings have been kind of brewing for a couple years now. So let me explain. I feel like I've noticed a cycle with Call of Duty, and there's a cycle that happens every single year, specifically started maybe 3 years ago, and now it's really prevalent. It's really come to fruition, especially with Modern Warfare. So the cycle goes a little something like this. A trailer comes out for the game. The community gets extremely hyped for it, and everyone's so ready for the game. Then we usually get a beta or an alpha, and everyone's like, okay, it's pretty good, or it's really good. There's just some small tweaks and small changes they need to make here and there. The changes are made. The game comes out. You get some pretty mixed reactions, like when the game comes out. You got people who absolutely love it. You have the people who hate it already. Of course, there's always going to be the extremes, but for the general, like, kind of consensus, it's kind of a mixed review, right? So once the game comes out, it goes through some ups and downs of updates. Like, an update might make the game great for a few weeks, and then another update comes out, it might make the game crap for a couple weeks. I feel like this kind of cycle repeats until about midway through the game's life cycle. And by this point, most people have kind of started to lose interest in the game, and if they haven't, they're barely hanging on by a thread. It's around this point that the developers really then start to kind of make some better updates, tend to be. It's either that or they just completely go off the deep end and really ruin the game. So that kind of brings us around to the reveal of the next game, and it just repeats. So it's just this roller coaster of emotion, and I feel like my frustration with the game comes from this roller coaster of emotion. It's really cool that you get a new Call of Duty game every year, but I think that's also its biggest weakness, is the developers are constantly having to completely, I would say, almost start from scratch every single year with the game. So take a game like Counter-Strike or CSGO, for instance. You know, the game has essentially been the same, you know, for God knows how many years. I mean, they've made some tweaks here and there, but for the most part, every year they don't need to completely rebalance weapons. They don't need to design brand new maps for a brand new game every single year, and they don't have to add new features that the community wants or add new features in general just to drive people in. Counter-Strike has kind of established itself. This is what it is. We make a small change here and there, and if it is a big change, it's pretty rare, it's infrequent, and they've established this is what they are. Whereas you take a game like Call of Duty, yes, it's quote-unquote a competitive game, but it's geared towards the casual gamer. Their target demographic is the casual gamer who will buy it and make them money. Whereas, like I said, Counter-Strike is a competitive game. It's aimed at the people who are hardcore competitive gamers. And there's not necessarily anything wrong with this for Call of Duty. The problem is they're riding this fine middle ground of trying to appease two sides. The die-hard Call of Duty fans who are competitive and really into the game versus the new, like, fresh people who are getting into gaming or just getting into Call of Duty, and they just want to play for fun. They don't play competitive, they just casually play, the casual gamer. And I feel like Call of Duty's been riding this line for so long, they can't decide who to please. But now we're getting closer to its appeasing to the common, just every casual day gamer. Which, you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, sales of Modern Warfare proved that it's effective. I mean, they had record-breaking sales. It was like one of the most played Call of Duties of all time. But I mean, if you go ask any typical Call of Duty player who's been playing Call of Duty for years, the general consensus is the game frustrates the heck out of them because of things like skill-based matchmaking, bad weapon tuning, etc. But if you go ask any casual player, someone who maybe is new to the game or something like that, who maybe only got it for Warzone or didn't even buy the game, it's just playing Warzone, they're going to tell you it's a fantastic game and it's the best game or Call of Duty they've ever played. So there's nothing really wrong with having either opinion. I'm just saying this is where kind of the perspective people like myself are coming from. We've played the game or Call of Duty for so many years, and to have kind of what it almost feels like the developers are shying away from their hardcore fans who helped build that game and build its community to just get the quick buck from the people that are new, if that makes sense. So all that to say, I know I've literally wasted like 5-6 minutes already, depending on how much of this I have to cut out. All that to say, I'm not looking forward to Cold War, and I feel like the reason why is because it's just going to be another year of catering to the casuals and catering to the new people that are going to bring in them new players and new revenue, which isn't wrong. It's not a bad thing. It's just not my cup of tea. Skill-based matchmaking is a totally different subject. I mean, people can argue left and right about it. I mean, I've heard people who are very in favor of it and why it makes the game for them fun, because they don't have to get pub stomped by a professional Call of Duty player every game. But then I've heard complaints from like myself and some of my friends who we go super try hard and super sweaty and we want to have a lot of fun, and how it's so frustrating because our level is typically higher. We're constantly having to absolutely try our hardest just to do well in the game. If not, then we're going to get absolutely curb stomped by the other team. So there's pros and cons to it, and it makes sense. But again, it's not our cup of tea. And like I said, with the whole creating a new game every year, again, they're doing that with Cold War. I mean, from the get-go, you had guns that were extremely overpowered, and you had guns that were extremely underpowered. You had challenges that were really hard and not fun to do, and you had other stuff wrong with the game. I mean, granted, this is gonna happen with a new game. It makes sense. But the fact that it's just a repeat, like I said, it's a repeating cycle. Every year this happens, and it's just a repeating sense of frustration because you know it's gonna happen. You know it's gonna be there. Like, you're just ready for the frustration that you know there's going to be guns that are unbalanced. There's guns that are going to be stupid. They're going to be weak, and just the frustration of you have to wait for the developers to, tweak that out. Whereas if I go get on Counter-Strike, I know my expectations are set because the game's been established for so long. Again, it's not a bad thing, but it's a hard thing to deal with for someone who has been in the community and playing Call of Duty for a while. I don't think Cold War is a bad game. I really don't. I mean, when I played the beta, it looked fun and it seemed to be a good time. I just cannot see myself mentally playing this game for a whole year, and I can't justify myself to spend $60, $70 on this game because I feel I hold Call of Duty to such a high standard that nowadays, because of their desire to, cater to more casual players to bring in more revenue, it's just going to make my expectations not met, and it's just going to make me frustrated. So that is the reason why I'm not buying the game. Now, should you not buy the game? No, that's just because I'm personally not buying it. Obviously, you shouldn't buy it just because I'm not. I would just tell you to ask yourself, like, if you're okay with this kind of playstyle and what they're planning to do and what they're doing with Call of Duty, by all means, still buy the game. And if you enjoy the game, buy the game, by all means. But I think this is kind of important to kind of bring perspective of why people such as myself and other, diehard Call of Duty fans who've been around for a while, this is why they aren't playing the game and why people are getting frustrated with the game, why there's a sense of just neglect from the devs to the people who've been in the community for a while. From our perspective and from people I've talked to who've been around a while, it can be very frustrating, and it literally feels like the developers are turning their back on the people who helped them build their game and build their community over the years. But at the same time, I totally understand and respect the direction they're going, because ultimately they're a business and they need to continue for their game to be profitable, for their game to be successful. So from that perspective, I totally understand it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's honestly why I'm not planning to buy Cold War this year. I kind of feel bad because I know people have been around my channel for a while. I'm a diehard Call of Duty fan, and I've always uploaded Call of Duty gameplay. But if you guys are here just for me, I hope you are. I hope you stick around for more content because we have some cool things coming up, man. You're probably watching the background video right now. It's footage from me playing Among Us on stream. We played Among Us with proximity chat on my Twitch channel. That was the funniest stream I think I've ever done. It was so funny. So if you guys aren't, by the way, follow twitch.tv/Wolfster. It's posted on screen and link in the description. But yeah, so I'm not going anywhere, obviously, because Call of Duty was my favorite game for a while, and it was my channel. I'm sorry to those who are looking for that. I promise you, we got new content coming. Among Us stuff. I'm planning to do more car stuff, like talking about my car, my motorcycle, and doing more car videos with my friend Morgan, who just got a Jeep that she's working on. It's her car project. So more stuff like that. I want to collab with one of my friends from work. He has a YouTube channel that does car related stuff, just outdoor stuff, more gaming stuff. Dude, we're gonna do it all. we're not done. Call of Duty might frustrate me, but we're not stopping. We're still full steam ahead with creating some awesome content. And I know it's been a while since I have, but slowly getting back into the swing of things. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had a great day, and thank you guys again for tuning in. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are thinking, by the way. I'm curious, do you guys, if you have Cold War, what do you think? Do you think the game's good? Do you think it's gonna hold your attention for a year? If you don't have Cold War, do you want the game? Do you want to get the game? Like, what's your thoughts? I'm curious to hear what you guys think. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.